Good evening. Welcome to Injustice Investigations. I am your host, Al Scott. As always, we appreciate you all tuning in to tonight's live broadcast. Tammy, always 100, never, ever will she be fake. I love you big time. Grateful, appreciate your genuine support and dedication to the show and the things that we are trying to do. Again, good evening to all of you and welcome to Injustice Investigations. I am again Al Scott. Dana Hudson, welcome. You're like 3 minutes late. We'll talk about that later. Sonia Watts, good evening to you. You're late, 3 minutes late. We'll talk about that later. You guys are normally on time, but we'll deal with it later. I'm always glad to have you guys in the house. Let me apologize for last night. I spoke with some of you earlier today. There was a post that was put out, but it was put out in the community section, and someone was scheduled to make a video. I think it was a misunderstanding. They thought I meant just do the community post, which they normally do. So that one I'm going to take the bite for this evening. My right hand, left hand, my front, my back. Tawana Farris is in the house tonight. I love you big time. I appreciate your genuine concern. Appreciate your support. I love you, and I thank you for everything that you do, and you keep me up to date on what's going on in the city and around the world. So I couldn't do it without you and some other people that send me different stories and things of that nature. So again, big shout out to you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Stevie, good evening to you. I think you might be a new one. If you are new, let me welcome you. Welcome, and welcome. Let me see. Rhonda, you're always here. I love you big time. Thank you for being here tonight. AKA 45 NYB. I think you're new. Welcome, and welcome. Andrea, good evening to you as well. And I think that's it for now. We're going to get on with tonight's show. Okay. A lot has happened today. A lot happened yesterday. We canceled. We had 3 shows scheduled for this week. Earlier, yesterday we canceled all those, but things didn't go as bad as we thought they would. So those shows are back on, and we're going to be doing a show Saturday as well. Debbie, good evening to you. Welcome. Okay, so we're going to be doing a show Saturday. What time Saturday? I have no earthly idea. Before we get into 2 of our stories for the night, and both are very, very important stories. We said this to you. I've been here on this planet over 50-some years. Haven't always done right, but I haven't always done wrong either. But I'm a firm believer that if you, your grandmother, your mother, your father, your grandfather, anyone in your family, go and cast their vote in the American system of voting. I'm not the smartest, but here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that when that vote is cast, when you pick a certain candidate, that you want your vote to be counted. I'm thinking that you do not get up out of your bed to interrupt whatever it is you're getting ready to do or not going to do that day to go and vote for your vote not to be counted. That's me thinking stupid. I think when Miss Emma gets up, who is 80-some years old, and she has never missed voting in her life, and God still gives her the strength to get up and go vote. I think Miss Emma wants you to sit there by hand or by machine. She wants her vote counted. It doesn't matter who she votes for. The point is, she gets up because she believes in our system, and she wants her vote to count. Arthritis and all, she gets up and she calls a family member or a neighbor, take me here. I got to go vote. Sometimes they're badly moving, but they move so that when their votes are counted, their voices are heard. Tonight, hypothetically, anyone can answer this. How would you feel if we got to a point where the Supreme Court and others got together and said, we're going to overturn the 2020 election? If we do that, then basically what we're saying is we want to give this to Trump because he's cried and whined and begged so. We have no choice but to overturn the 2020 election. How would that make you feel? How would that make you feel? I've told you time and time again, as long as I live, as long as I have lived, I've never told no one not to vote. But I have told people, and I said to the day I died, if they don't want your vote to count, white, black, blue, or yellow, your vote will not count. Tammy Always 100 says I will never vote again. And that's exactly what's going to happen, along with a lot of chaos in this country. Because what you're telling the American people, over 80 million people, who said enough is enough with the shenanigans in the White House. I want Joe Biden to lead this country. I want Joe Biden and Harris to get in there and deal with this pandemic. That's who we choose. We gave one individual 4 years to prove that he cared about the American people, not just a selected group of American people, but he did not do that. The voices of the American people have spoken. And what did they say? Trump, pack your bags. Biden, Harris, let's get it in and let's get it together. One lady once said that Biden and Harris was her hope. When she see them, when she voted for them because she believed they were her hope. That's why she voted for them. But if we sit here and we become part of a crooked system and we tear up the votes or throw out the votes or say the votes don't matter, of the over 80 American people that got up, some sick, whether it was raining, snow, whatever the case may be, they got up. And when they got up, they said, we're going out to vote, and we're going to vote for Joe Biden. If they had voted for Trump and Trump really won, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I don't want to change the system. We cannot take the will of the American people and throw it in the garbage and say, our will be done, not the American people. If you saw two people walk in just now, these are two people who are late. One of them is crawling on the damn floor right now, something trying to get over there to the other side to come and listen to me live. That's my wife, Cynthia, and our friend Keisha. She's here tonight. Love you big time. So, but you came in late on my show. I'm going to talk to y'all both about that after it's over tomorrow sometime because I'm out here. But anyway, I think it's appalling, and I'm livid to even think that some people, Republican, Democrats, or whatever, would have an inkling to even say, let's overturn the votes. Well, what do American people vote for? I mean, if you're going to do what the hell you want to do, well, they don't need to vote. It's just simple. It's super stupid for you to come out of your homes and vote, and your vote don't count. America needs a leader, not a dictator. This is not Afghanistan. You can't have it your way here. It's not Burger King. It's just not. But to even think about overturning this election, and believe me, they are thinking about it. You may not believe it, but they are. I think that's appalling. It is sad, embarrassing. When we had an opportunity to impeach Donald Duck, when we had an opportunity to impeach Donald Duck, when we had an opportunity to impeach Donald Duck, the Republicans did absolutely nothing, and the evidence was there. I like what Ice Cube said. He said, arrest the president, you got the evidence. But they didn't do nothing. And when they didn't do that, when they didn't move, when he first came in with his shenanigans, that told him, in his mind, he was law and order, untouchable. He could do whatever it is that he desired to do because his name is Donald Duck. So I blame the Republicans and I blame the Democrats. Yes, I blame Nancy Pelosi. They had an opportunity to deal with him, and they didn't. And the more they let him get away with it, well, you see where we're at right now. We have to accept the will of the American people. That's why they vote. Trump normally votes by mail, but this time we cannot do that. It is a crooked system. It is a corrupt system. So I'm not going to do that. Oh, now it's corrupt. So what was the problem with voting by mail? Most of those votes were going to be Democrats. And he knew it. And he knew it. And that's the truth. That's the gospel. And the Democrats, especially older people, were going to walk him up out of that house. If you love the American people, if you care about this country, if they have voted you out, well, you have no one to blame but yourself. If you wanted to be in office for 8 years, like President Barack Obama did, you should have came in working for the American people, not a selected group of people. We don't need a dictator. We don't need a white supremacist. When you don't condemn, you condone. You all saw the debate that night between him and Biden. If you don't condemn white supremacists, if you don't condemn the Proud Boys, then you condone. It's as simple as that. The coronavirus is moving faster now than it did in the beginning. He still has yet to speak on this. And if he speaks on it, it's something close to nothing. So why isn't President-elect Joe Biden responding to this? It's simple. He came to work for the American people. He don't have time to argue with a child because a child hears nothing. Nothing. He has work to do. He's putting his people together. You put him there and he's working for you. It's not enough to say Trump is continuing to give out false information. Facebook, shut him down. Twitter, shut him down. It's just, you will shut me down. Shut him down. The American people have spoken. And in the beginning, he had an opportunity, him and his cabinet, to respond to the coronavirus. They did absolutely nothing. His trade advisor, January, sent him a memo. February, a memo. He did absolutely nothing. They told him about the economic disaster that could happen. They told him about the number of lives that would be lost. He did absolutely nothing. He went so far as to call it a joke, a hoax. It's bullshit. The Democrats are doing this because they don't want him to win their re-election. It has nothing to do with no election. First of all, he did not win the first election. He was never elected. He was elected. And that's a big difference. Y'all put him there, but y'all knew who he was, so you put him in there. But what you thought when you put him in there, that he was going to be extra hard on black people. But the joke's on y'all. He don't give a damn about nobody but himself. And now he's still doing absolutely nothing when it comes to the number of deaths in the United States from COVID-19. His response now is the same in the beginning. Absolutely not. He don't give a damn. He tells you that every day. He sits in the White House every day and he plays on Twitter. Baseless claims that cannot be proven. The Supreme Court the other day in one sentence said, denied, biased. Stop it. Don't send no more of this bullshit. He should be arrested for filing frivolous lawsuits because that's what they are. But why does he keep doing it? He know he lost. He's stupid, but he ain't super stupid. He know he lost. But he keeps doing it because some people are still putting money in his bank account. I think it's over 250 million now. Off of lies. And they know that he didn't win. But they love him so. They respect him so. They respect him out of fear. They respect him out of ignorance. They respect him because he speaks the language of racist white America. That's why he's there. It don't have nothing to do with policies in this country or foreign policies because he's dumb as a box of rocks. He can't spell .com. He pays someone to take his SATs. He's super stupid. He don't care about you and he don't care about me. And we keep complaining about the people that go to his events that he has and say, you don't have to wear a mask. Well, think about it. Who's really stupid? Him or them? Just think about it. He said you don't have to wear a mask and you show up without a mask. That's you. That's you. Trump does not care about this country. Trump cares about money. He's in the White House for personal gain. This was an opportunity for him and his family to become richer and richer. I thank God for Biden and Harris. And I can't wait till January 20th so we can get him out that White House because all he's doing now is wasting time playing on Twitter. But since he's not doing anything for the American people, I personally think he should be relieved of his duties because he's not doing them. He's sitting there playing on Twitter while people are dying every day because of the coronavirus. You have 3 vaccines coming out. Don't be super stupid, people. It takes years sometimes to get a vaccine. But we have 3 vaccines that I call microwave vaccines. They haven't told you anything about these vaccines. They haven't told you anything about the side effects. What about the people that have heart disease, high blood pressure? They may have cancer. Are they allowed to take the vaccine? Will it harm them? They won't tell you anything about that. It's 95% effective on who? Who took the first test? Will it work for all Americans? You'll need to know that. It's 95% effective. That's all you need to know. So they're treating you like dummies. Take it, take it, take it. You sit here and you bug the system to let the kids go to school. If bars are open, clubs or whatever, stores, why are we closing schools? Well, first of all, if you have a child and you are a parent, not a baby mama or a baby daddy, you should have to wait on the government or some official to tell you the school is going to close because of the virus. Your child should not be in school, period. You are responsible for your child. I said to the day I died, not the government. I don't care what school is. If I had children and they were in school, I don't need no letter. I don't need no press conference to say we're going to close the school. Y'all can keep it open. Mine's not coming. It's as simple as that. I'm responsible for them, not Trump and the dummies. Trump and his dummies hadn't said anything about the coronavirus in about 6 months. Now they want to speak. But who's listening? I'm not. America has not ever met a time such as this. So you think about it. You want an idiot in there that don't give a damn about you and your mama, or you want someone in there with a genuine concern for this country. We cannot continue to put the economy over lives. And if you love your child, my advice to you, to keep your child out of school. If your child gets the coronavirus or is around someone that they believe has the virus or have it, well, they're going to quarantine your child for 14 days or longer. Then you're going to get that nod. I hate to inform you this, but he died. He didn't make it. It's a no-brainer as to whether or not your children go to school. Instead of waiting on the government to lead and guide you, you better lead and guide yourself. If you're not strong enough to make decisions as parents, keep your legs closed or keep a rubber on. It's just as simple as that. Tonight, earlier today, you can't see, I think it's this side. It's swollen a little bit. It's a couple of knots in the back of my head. I was attacked today at Chase Bank in Shreveport, Louisiana on Line Avenue from a gentleman that worked for Elite Auto Sales. We did a video earlier today. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Wasn't our first run-in. My wife Cynthia purchased a car from him. I didn't want her to buy the car from him, but she did. It was the first time buying a car. I'm gonna shut my mouth. I'm gonna leave it alone. But from day one, it's been a lemon. So last night, to make a long story short, they came to repossess the car, and we said, no, we're not gonna do it. We'll try to deal with this tomorrow. She left out, took her daughter with her who works at the bank, and they were both were disrespected, told to get the fuck out of the establishment, talked to like they were dogs, and that's not the way we do business in America. This is I don't know who owns the company. White people run it, and Mexicans or whatever, I don't know. But the blacks that they have there, especially the mechanics, are shade tree mechanics. They can't spell .com. They sell dumb as a box of goddamn rocks. So these type of people are probably not getting paid with a check, which means they can't pay taxes, which means that they're working illegal. Okay, Elite has always been a terrible situation. If you go on a Facebook page, they have over 5 or 6, maybe 10 by now different Facebook pages. Anytime you find a company that have X amount of Facebook pages, they're crooked. They're crooked. And so when my wife went to speak with them about the car, one thing led to another. They ordered her and her daughter to leave out. Again, her daughter works at Chase Bank. They followed them to Chase Bank, which is illegal. Okay, they had already talked to him in a very derogatory, diabolical way. So when they tell me what's going on, I'm speaking with them on the phone, her Cynthia's daughter, and she said, I think we're being followed. And they weren't being followed by the people at Elite Auto Sales on River Drive in Shreveport, Louisiana. So what I did today, I just said, okay, call the police. I know Cynthia, she may call, she may not. I called the police, time I hung up, told them what was going on, where they was headed. So I'm walking there as fast as I can to get there. So when I get there, the guy's out and asking what the hell is going on. One thing led to another. I get jumped on. I get slammed to the ground. There's a knot here. There's like one or two up here, and there's a scar right here. First of all, when you leave that establishment, you're wrong. The police came. No one went to jail. We made a plea today for some attorneys. We've had several calls, and we're still looking for the right attorney because we planning on filing a lawsuit against the company. So I'm sure they're watching this video right now. Elite Auto Sales, I'm coming for your ass. I promise you this. If you are on this live video, you know anybody that has any dealings with Elite Auto Sales in Shreveport, Louisiana, I want you to call me on my cell, 318-990-8566. I got you. I'm coming for you. You done fucked up this time. It was the wrong one. I don't give a damn about the piece of car. That's a piece of shit. I wish Cynthia had never, ever went there. But when you disrespect her, you disrespect me. And that's when it gets to the point where I just don't give a damn. You don't talk stupid to my wife. You just don't do it. I'm just not going for it. Now, if you want the car, take the damn car, but you get no money. But don't disrespect my woman. You don't do that. I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to let you. But you get these niggas, not black men. You get niggas to come in here and work for these white folks or whatever they are. Because the nigga's gonna do the shit that a white man not only won't do, he know is illegal. Let that nigga go. But tell me why did the white man that works for Elite Auto Sales sit his ass in the truck and let the nigga get out? I tell you why. He was designed that way. You treat a nigga like a nigga. It's as simple as that. You're gonna die for these people, and they don't give a damn about you. But I promise you one thing: I got you. It's as simple as that. So Cynthia took some pictures earlier. I don't know. I guess they come from Afghanistan. They hadn't came to my damn phone yet. And so Keisha sent her friend, and they hadn't came to my phone yet. I guess it's coming from Afghanistan. But hopefully between now and tomorrow, I will upload those pictures so you all can see. We also have surveillance camera from the Chase Bank where things terribly went wrong. All they had to do was stay inside. But you do not cuss people out and tell them to get out of your establishment. The one thing you don't want to do is to lose one customer. Professionalism will go a long way. But here's the thing about Elite Auto Sales on Euro Drive. They've been getting away with this for a long time. But to God be the glory. I'm that brother. I got you. Okay. Tonight, two stories. I'm going to try to go an hour if I can. My mouth first bad. Yes, Reed, I got you. I got him. I promise you that. Good evening, Louise Roy. Love you big time. Hadn't seen you in a minute. I thought. I said these words about a week ago, right here. This is what the police department used so that the officers will not be charged with a homicide. The lady you see moving during my live feed is Keisha with her yellow outfit on. Keisha, sit it down when you come out. Don't move. We'll talk when she leaves. Okay. I can get out of trouble if I say I thought he had a gun. I can get out of trouble if I say I feared for my life. I can. It's called police language. It's just as simple as that. If you're not a veteran, if you're new to this and you're a rookie, then veterans do not let rookies write reports. They write the report. Well, they tell them what to say. They write it, but they tell them what to say so they will not get in any trouble. Now, I know many people are not in agreement with defunding the police. But if you have something better, then I want you to call me tonight. I put the number up. The phone lines are open up tonight. And I want to hear what you have better than defunding the police. Well, the police are here to help us. Well, the police are not here to help us. The police are here to help a certain group of people. And if you're black, that's not their group. So if police officers don't have any consequences to face, nothing serious, they don't care about losing their jobs because they won't. They'll be put on paid administrative leave. And they shouldn't be. They will be investigated by internal affairs. You're investigating your damn self. That makes no earthly sense. The only way you're going to get rid of this person is if they're new or you just don't like them. If they're white, to you, they're poor white trash because they might be married to somebody black. That's the only reason they're going to get rid of somebody. Now, how many times have you seen a white mother sitting on CNN with a civil rights attorney because her child, who is white, was violated by a black officer who shot him because he alleges he had a gun in his hand? You haven't seen it. If you have, not a lot. If we say out of 100 women, you're probably going to find 2 white women. The rest will be black. Nothing is changing. When it comes to black people, when it comes to respecting us, nothing is changing. And I keep saying the change that we're looking for, they're not going to give to us. We have to take that change that we're looking for. It's just as simple as that. A system that has never been for us cannot be failing us. We're still considered to some 3/5 of a human, if not that, monkeys. We're not human. Our life means nothing. The grandmother makes a phone call and says, someone has shot my grandchild. Someone has shot my grandchild. And my grandchild was unarmed. My grandchild is named Casey Goodson. The grandmother told a 911 dispatcher that he had been shot in the back, and she wasn't sure if he was breathing. Moments after his fatal encounter with law enforcement officers in Ohio. According to the 911 call, the brother is 23 years old. He was shot this past Friday by a 17-year veteran of the Franklin County Sheriff's Office. Authorities are investigating what happened that day, and said Goodson was vanishing a gun before he was shot. Now think about that. Don't believe nothing I tell you. Fact check me. If I'm wrong, I'll come back and apologize. But I try not to speak unless I know what the hell I'm talking about. Sometimes I get it wrong. And when I do, I'm bold enough to come back and say, I got it wrong. I got it wrong. This don't happen to black people. I mean, white people. It continues to happen to us. We end a black life because we have on a badge and a gun, and we have a crooked system that will bag me up because I'm white. That's a nigga. And a nigga don't mean shit. I don't care how many times they grit their teeth at you, shake your hands, and hug your neck. Most of them don't give a damn about you. And what's worse than them killing this young man is when they lie and say he put the gun on him. So what did he have? He didn't have a gun. He had a sandwich. He had a sandwich. He had a sandwich. This will not be the last show that I'm going to do on an unarmed, innocent black man being gunned down by police in this country. So you look back at your protests that you continue to do. That's a wonderful thing if you just got time to waste. But by now, you should understand that what worked back then may not necessarily be working now. You're probably getting tired of me saying this, and I'm getting tired of the cops killing us just because we were born black. No justice, no peace sign, that don't mean a damn thing. White folks know you're going to do that for 2 or 3 months, and then it's business as usual. Once they simmer down, quietly dismiss it, the cops are gone. Emotions don't change laws. Emotions don't change laws. Conversation change laws. It's nothing at the academy. Nothing at the academy that will make them do the right thing. We have to find out who we're giving a badge and a gun to. That's our biggest problem. We hire anybody. Most places I think it's 21, you can become a cop. He or she has no experience in law enforcement, period. Now, if you hire them for your department, why would you put them out on the street so soon? At least 3, 4 to 5 years, I want them inside. If a 17 veteran don't give a damn, think about a rookie who's ready to show off his or her skills. If we do what we always did, then I promise you in heaven, we're going to get what we always got. And that's nothing from these people. No police department in the United States should ever be allowed to investigate themselves. That's just super damn stupid. You investigate, that's super stupid. What do you think they're going to say? It's going to get worse in this city, in this country, before it gets better. But along with him being dead, my other problem is when we lie on these people. Okay, oh my God, I'm so hard. Thank you for telling me that Tammy, always 100, never fake. She's asking for the number. I forgot to put it up. Okay, I just put the Cash App information up along with the PayPal. Thank you, Tammy. I love you big time. Appreciate you. I forgot to put it up. What we're looking for, we have to take it. We have to take it. How many times have we been here talking about this? And we keep saying, people keep telling you, it's at the academy. We got to do better at the academy. It's not the academy. If it was the academy, it'd be happening in every damn neighborhood. But it's only happening in black neighborhoods. And most of the times it's racist, diabolical, trigger-happy, super stupid cops ready to knock a black person off just because he's black and he was nearby. But what really bothers me is that you lied and said they had a gun and they had nothing. They had nothing. But this is what y'all do. Lil Boosie said it best. Cops shoot us down on cameras, don't even get convicted. They some dirty bitches. It's simple. I'll agree with that till the day I die. Now, if you got something other than defund the police, 318-990-8556. Call me now. Let me hear it. Because I'm positive you don't have nothing. Especially if you're not black. We're tired of waiting for a change to come. Y'all ought to be tired of singing that damn Negro song. I know someday a change gonna come when we die. But I would like to have some heaven on earth before I leave to go to the heaven beyond the sky. Every time my child walk out, every time your child walk out, he or she is marked for death from the people who we hired to protect them. But the people that we give badges and guns to have become the criminals that they should be chasing. But we believe whatever a cop said. I don't believe a damn thing a cop said. You have to prove it to me. Cops walk in that courtroom every day and raise their hand and tell the truth and tell a lie. And they're going to be believed. It is extremely hard to for a prosecutor to file charges against a police officer. And it's extremely, extremely hard to get a jury, whether that cop is free or in a prison uniform, to convict that person that they feel is law and order and did the right thing, because the cop's words are considered a prep book, and that's a lie. So when we said, and I'm going to dip to Shreveport for a minute, then we're going to go to Pennsylvania. So when we sit as black people and we live by the Willie Lynch letter, if you haven't read the Willie Lynch letter, when this thing is over, I beg you, please pull it up on the internet and read it. Everything Willie Lynch said back then is still happening today. Black people, niggas, are letting the white man use them for a joke. During slavery times, the niggas would be asked to come in and dance for massa, jump up and down for massa, fight another nigga from the field for massa, live or die. We have always been the butt of the white man's joke. And today in 2020, the white man is still doing what? He still giggles. Shreveport, Louisiana, over 70 homicides. Shreveport, Louisiana, over 70 homicides. I don't care about Houston having 400 or whatever the case may be. I'm talking about my hometown. It's ridiculous. If we have homicide detectives that are incompetent, super stupid, don't give a damn, or all of the above, why do they still have a badge? If people won't talk and tell you who did this and who did that, well, here's what I think you should do. Get up off your ass and work 24/7 and find the evidence. But if you're not a police officer that's approachable, won't nobody tell you anything. You have to build a relationship with the people. And with that being said, maybe Shreveport, Louisiana needs to call back Rod Demery. 100 success rate for solving homicides in Shreveport, Louisiana. They should invite him to come back and speak to the homicide detectives here. And if they listen, they might solve a damn case. But if I was Rod Demery, I'd break the damn bank. They would have to pay me big time. This is the brother that they need to be listening to. Now, for you individuals who keep blaming the police and city council for not doing this and not doing that or not doing enough, some of that blame goes on them. A lot of that blame goes with the chief. Get your people in line, put them out there. If you're not experienced enough to handle this, then maybe you should go back to being a cop. I don't know. But if we can point fingers at the officers for not doing their job, and for the most part, they only come after the fact, when are you going to stand up and talk to the killers, the shooters, the thugs, and the wannabe gangsters? When will you address them? I don't care what police chief you put there. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. When are you going to address the violence in the city to the people that who continue to bring the violence to the city? When there's violence in the mind, there's always going to be violence on the street. So we cannot let the people hold us hostage where we grew up at. We're either going to be the people's preacher or the people's persons. That's up to you. But I would tell God on Jesus, if you're from Shreveport and you know something, call me. I promise you, I know the police officers give it to or someone at city council. I will do that. I don't give a damn because you got to go. You're a problem for the city. Shreveport is just earthly ridiculous. By the time you get through trying to cover one story, more shots ring out somewhere else. And it's ridiculous. But if you're going to blame the police, I also think you need to blame the ones who continue to do this. And most of you know who's doing it, and you don't say a moment of word. But when it lands at your house, you come from the camera. We're talking about tell what you know. That's the right thing to do, y'all. Everybody loves him. Somebody didn't love him. He dead. Don't dish out what you cannot handle. It's true. Karma is a bitch. If you live by the sword, you must die by the sword. You holding true to the streets. We almost had that dog. Shit, we sat. Maybe if you sat with the family right after their loved ones was pronounced dead, maybe if your gangster ass sat with them in real time, you might can feel some of their pain. The police cannot be everywhere. We cannot put a cop at every door. But here's what we can do. We can address the thugs in this city. Y'all are existing just to be existing. You're nothing. You're a wasted nut. Your mother should have been playing dominoes or checkers at night instead of laying down to get a nut to create a damn nut. You're part of the problem. You're not part of the cure in this city. You're part of the problem. So if you're not scared enough to address them, then I think you should shut your damn mouth on every damn thing else. Some of y'all know who's doing it, but you won't say nothing. You can't love your city. You can't love the people. You can't love yourself. Because every time that you know about a killer or a shooter that still roams our streets, guess what? You put my life, my family's life in danger, and yours too. Everybody is somebody's child. And Black people, you all have to stop putting yourselves in predicaments that calls for you to pull a damn trigger. Once that bullet goes out, you can't undo it. It's gone. And a bullet does not have a name on it. It hits whoever it hits. We cannot fight violent crime in the city of Shreveport through social media. You got to close the laptop down. First, log out of Facebook. Close it down. Roll your sleeves up. Let's get that. Let's get out there. And I'm not saying walk the streets because I'm not walking. I'm walked out. And my feet hurt. I'm not going to do it. If they used to send me invites to come and walk, I never showed up. So I guess they 2 and 2. Yeah, he ain't coming. My thing is this here. I don't care. And I believe they're sincere when they go out in the neighborhood, city council and police officers. I think they're sincere by showing their presence. But the people don't give a damn about your presence. Just as soon as you leave, they shooting. Sometimes they're shot while you're over there. They don't give a damn. That's not going to get it. Well, we showed up today. We was in Allendale and Queensboro. And 2 people got shot in Allendale and Queensboro time y'all left. So that right there should tell you that it's not working. It's insanity to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. We have to boldly, aggressively talk to the thugs. It's more than 100 ways now to get what you know to the police without anybody ever knowing it. But if you say nothing, then beware. You're also playing Russian roulette with your own life. It's just that simple. Everybody is somebody's child. And so it's time for us to get up and speak out and be that change that we are looking for. I don't care how many buybacks you do with guns, how many times you tell criminals to turn in guns. If you don't get that trigger, that finger that pulls that trigger, it does nothing. The one gun that they gave you, 3 more waiting on them. And these people in Shreveport are shooting with some powerful guns and rifles. They're hiding in bushes. People are getting shot at on the interstate, innocent people. People are sitting on their porch. They're getting shot just for sitting outside. It's not enough to say you care, but don't care enough to get up off your ass and be that change that you're looking for. And by the way, to the NAACP chapter in Shreveport, Louisiana, let me say this to you. This chapter, in my opinion, has always been a joke. Y'all have done nothing. Y'all have done nothing. But some of you members and board members of the Shreveport chapter NAACP have the audacity to come to the mic and bash others. Because what the hell are you all doing? Are you just here for when a white person kills a black? Black on black crime don't matter. If that's the case, you need to shut your doors down. So while you're pointing fingers at them, try to point one to yourself. I need to know what y'all doing. Well, we might be working behind the scenes, and you might be right. But this been going on since December. And y'all ain't putting nothing before us to the public to let us know what you're doing behind the scenes. So my conclusion, y'all doing something close to nothing. You care more about the title than doing what the title requires for you to do in this city. Now, when Lord Thomas was president of the NAACP, it was a joke, something straight out of a damn comic book. They didn't do jack. That building on Mountain Street in Shreveport was for prostitutes. Come in through the back, leave through the back. We cannot become worse than the conduct that we say we're trying to change. If black on black crime does not matter to the NAACP, y'all need to shut y'all doors. You need to shut your doors. That's not the way we should operate in America, because we make ourselves equal to the other races and dummies. That title don't mean nothing if you really don't care. It don't mean nothing. You're just there to be in the Shreveport Sun, Shreveport Times, whatever local stations will give you a few minutes to say, we got to stop this. We got to stop this. We got to love each other. In the name of Jesus, take the wheel. If Jesus ain't took that damn wheel by now, I don't think he's driving. I don't think he's driving. Everything you need to make things better in this city lies within you. My sister Yvette here tonight, she says, they have said nothing about the shootings. That I can say. And I totally agree. If they said it, we didn't hear it. But it's easy to get on social media and pretend you give a damn and bash those that really might not be doing a damn thing, but bash others that are trying, but still they're not getting it right. A lot of people from Shreveport is on tonight because when I talked about the NAACP, the numbers began to drop. I don't give a damn. The truth is the truth, whether you believe it or not. I don't get into the clique system. I don't. And I never will. We have to start addressing organizations in our city that's there to help us, but don't do nothing until it's time for a damn banquet. They're all on TV. Most time for an election. We've done this for the community and our work is not finished yet. And they're right. The work is not finished yet because they haven't started. They haven't started. She says, I'm not understanding why they haven't addressed this. I'm not understanding either. But I'm sure they're going to say tonight when I get through. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. We've been addressing this. I haven't heard it. Addressing it behind closed doors don't fix it. Now, when you get something behind doors, closed doors, I think you should come out and execute it. But if I die tonight in my sleep, or from the ass whooping I got today, here's what I do know. Silence is not an option. You saying you're doing something don't mean nothing. Don't stop one bullet. This is not pass the book. I mean, pass this to that person. Let them deal with it. We all must get involved. You can walk to Queensboro, Allendale, Lakeside, Cedar Grove, Motown, Howland, 365 days a year. That won't stop one bullet. Because you showing up. They'll shoot your ass. That's not going to get it. You got to seriously have a meeting of the minds. And along with that, you must address the cowards that keep shooting and killing people. Okay, let's get on so I get out of here. It's hot. Pennsylvania, September 23, 2019. A white woman, Lisa Sander, I think is her name. She makes a 911 call to the police. She tells them that I went outside to take a smoke. And when I came back in, I found my two children, 1 8, 1 4, boy, girl, in my basement, hanging from a dog leash. I couldn't believe what I saw. She called the police. The police come. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute, I'm wrong. My son was being bullied in school, and we talked about it. And he said to me that I want to kill myself because I'm being bullied at school. She went on to say that he didn't want to go by himself. So he took his 4-year-old sister to death with him. You know what?
I don't think Andy Griffith and Bonnie Fife would have failed for that bullshit. Had I been officer and I was on the scene, put your hands on your back. Because you're going to jail. You just lied. So you mean you walked outside for less than 5 minutes to smoke a Newport. When you come back in, they hung down in the damn basement. No, they lived. They lived for a few hours. After they was rushed to a hospital, they later succumbed to their injuries. Well, it gets worse. And for the sake of time, I got to cut it. I got to cut some of the things out. But if you go to our Facebook page, Injustice Investigations, this story, you'll see it all there. Days before the killing, the hanging, the mother went to Walmart and bought a dog leash. Guess what she did? She also confided in a friend and said that she's depressed and she don't give a damn about her children. Now, I don't know if the friend relayed this to authorities before or after, but if it was after, well, I think we need to talk to the friend because you had an opportunity to intervene in this with law enforcement and probably prevent it. But maybe she didn't think she was serious. I don't know. Okay, but here's what happened. A few hours later, they died. Both of them. 8-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl. So now, you guessed it. Well, what is her reason? I'm crazy. Insanity. That dog don't hunt. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. If you're crazy, if you're deranged, then you shouldn't be among society and you shouldn't be amongst the living. Pull the trigger. Let them go. They got to go. I don't care about your problems. Your children don't care about your problems. Their children, all a child knows is when he or she flip that light switch, it's going to come on. That's it. Your problem or your problem. If you're not ready to deal with them, keep your damn legs closed. Or guys, practice safe sex. Safe sex could be no sex at all because contrary to belief, a rubber is not 100% guaranteed that you won't spit it out. Well, it gets worse. When they take a computer in to look in the hard drive. She had been corresponding with a gentleman online. He calls himself Daddy. Daddy. Tammy says, "Oh, well, no, hang our ass." So here's what she told Daddy. She said, "I'm gonna send you a picture." And I guess he's waiting for a buck naked picture, right? And he probably got it, but some of it. The picture she sent him was of her having sex with a pit bull, and he was performing oral sex on her. The second picture, she was holding a damn dog's dick. She has a host of charges: cruelty to animals, sexual intercourse with a dog, child negligence, tampering with evidence. I think it's first-degree murder. Yes, first-degree murder, third-degree murder, tampering with evidence, and that's it. Again, the son was 8 years old, and the daughter was 4 years old, and now they're dead. They're dead. I have no pity for the individual who gave birth to him. I can't really say mother because what she do don't fit that. But when people, you might think it's small to you, but when people say things like that, even if they laughing or drinking, you might need to take them serious and just call the police. And if there's nothing else, then that's fine. But if there is something there and you don't call the police and they die, then you have to deal with that if you have a conscience until the day you die. If the parent is a good parent and they know you called the police and there was nothing there, they would shake your hand because it could have been a babysitter or another family member and y'all didn't do that. So I thank you for doing that. I'm not upset with you. I'm not. I'm not. The insanity pleas with biological parents, steps, I'm sick of it. It's not working. Because here's what they do. They get on the internet. And Google makes you dumb, by the way. They get on the internet and they search ways to kill people, as she did. But she looked for carbon monoxide, how to plead insanity pleas, and things of that nature. They searched the internet for that. They searched the internet on how to plead crazy, be believable, and get away with it. So by the time they get to the doctor, they already know what to do. The twitching and shit. Oh no. You just don't understand. Shut up, Tony, I'm talking. Now what was your question? They study that shit. They study that shit. It's comical, but it's what they do. I got to get out of here. My voice is about to go out. I got 3 minutes. Again, as always, we thank you all for tuning in tonight's show. But listen, we must pay attention to what's going on around us. Do not get distracted by the distractions from the White House. Joe Biden won that election. If we overturn the election, this is the first time you're going to hear me say this, but it probably won't be the last. If we overturn the election to please that slut in the White House, don't vote for nothing ever again. It's simple. Why would you need to vote and your vote don't count? That's dumb on you. The will of the American people says we want Joe Biden. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Defunding the police, taking some of the funds from their departments, putting them in black communities, not putting up a damn community center where they go in there and play pool and throw a ball. We educate them and we get them ready for society. When we defund the police, we also must include there'll be no more placed on paid administrative leave. We'll have administrative leave, but you will not get a dime. If you win, when they back pay. But if they don't, the pension that officer has, it goes to their family. You have to make it scary for a cop to even think about not only pulling out a gun, but a taser, because the rules of the game have changed. When the cop that killed Michael Brown in Ferguson was placed on paid administrative leave, he left town, got his wife, got his girl pregnant, and they married. While Michael Brown's family was dealing with the loss of their loved one. That's what he was doing. I think his name was Darryl or something. But y'all know the case. If there's no consequences, they will face. This will continue. But I leave you with this thought. If black cops in the United States had been doing to little white innocent unarmed boys what white cops are doing to black boys, the shit wouldn't have lasted this long. They'd have taken their guns, give them bolo bats to fight crime until they dealt with this. I can't think of anything else but to defund the police. You got to back them up to a corner where they begin to think, oh, if I do this, you're going. Anytime a cop is at the center of an investigation, when they shoot someone, whether they live or immediately die, I don't want to have to wait another week on that officer's name. You put that victim name up right then and there. Do the same with the cop. I don't need you sitting there and try to type up some shit. Oh, he's had reward after reward after reward. And they're all for black people. Killing them. And some things they're going to manufacture. It's going to be made up. If you can release the victim's name right then, release the cop's name right then. Face with it. It's just as simple as that. But internal affairs should not be allowed to investigate their own. That makes no earthly damn sense. It doesn't. It makes no earthly sense. By the time this video ends, another black man or black woman unarmed has died in this country at the hands of a white, diabolical, crooked cop. And prosecutors would rather get their whole teeth pulled out of their damn mouth without anesthesia than to bring charges against that cop. That's why they sent him to the grand jury. And 9 times out of 10, the grand juries, I think he did his job. He shouldn't have pulled the gun. He didn't have a gun. He had a sandwich. And they lie. And they protect one another. The change we need will not be given to us. The change we need must be taken. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigations. Don't forget, the Cash App's there. The PayPal app is there. When I end this, I want to see everybody on here done send some money. I hope we got an understanding on this. If not, I'm going to block all of you. I love y'all. Y'all be good, bitch. Lord willing, we'll do this again to